else, just another Friday night. Watching time fly underneath the street lights. Radio low, looking what's on the screen, making sure evil isn't lurking where the whole town sleeps. An officer calls for Sarge, I answer like I always do. Another problem, another scene, another thing to get him through. I complain about the hours, sick I'm tired of the grind, never thinking there'll come a day I give anything for one more night, one more turn out with the same jokes in the room. One more call where everybody looks at me like I know what to do. One more time hearing dispatch call my number before the radio goes quiet. Somebody else wears my stripes, someone much younger, maybe that's the coolest part of time. It never tells you when you're leaving them behind. Right now their house is loud, somebody needs something again. A door shuts down the hallway, kids coming in and out again. One's 15, one's 13, the others are grown, the years just disappear. I swear I blinked and all those little voices changed from what I used to hear. There was a last time I picked one up and never knew it was the last bedtime, a last school story that quietly became the past. And someday I might stand inside a house that's finally clean and still, and miss the noise I used to think I needed 5 damn minutes without having to hear. The dog's paws moving through the house, the same familiar sound. One day I might close my eyes just wishing I could hear them walking around. Funny how we beg for peace until the silence finally stays, then spend the rest of our lives missing all the noise we wished away. Right now there's drywall dust all over everything I own. Another project half completed, another mess around the home. Boards don't line up, something's off by half an inch again. I'm pissed about it now, but someday I might miss the man I was back then. Strong enough to carry all of it, tight enough to bitch. Working all night, building all day, still refusing to quit. My nice truck sitting in the driveway, tools scattered on the floor, not knowing I might miss the days when I was always wanting more. Smoking ribs out in the backyard, making something from scratch, finding my own way to do it when the instructions didn't match. Laughing when it finally works because I knew that I was right. These are moments made for movies, they're just pieces of my life. What if these are the good old days? What if I'm standing in the memories I spent my whole life trying to chase? What if all the little things I barely notice now are the things I give anything to get back somehow? Maybe heaven ain't some moments still a million miles away. Maybe it's the life I'm living on an ordinary day. I keep waiting for the good times like they're somewhere down the road. What if these are the good old days and I just don't know? Right now my mama's still a phone call I can make, still somebody I can visit, still somebody I can embrace. And every time I leave I hug her, then I turn and walk away, never knowing which goodbye becomes the one I give anything to change. There were streets back in East LA that knew me before the rank, before the army, before the war, before the weight I learned to carry and stack. Back for me and all my brothers thought that we would never age. Even hell becomes a memory when enough years get in the way. I don't miss the war, I miss the voices that were standing next to mine. The stupid jokes, the sleepless nights when we all thought we had time. There were people in a room I never knew I'd never see again. If I had known I would've stayed 5 minutes longer with my friends. Maybe that's the cruelest part of time, is it never tells you when you're leaving something behind. Right now I'm up too late writing songs nobody knew a year ago, getting mad because one fucking word came out wrong for the 100th time or so. 10,000, 30,000 people listening somewhere out there, and I forget there was a time when nobody knew these words were here. A million names show up early, people waiting when I post. I'm so busy chasing millions I might miss the ones who matter most. Maybe one day I remember when this whole thing still felt new, when every single person listening felt impossible and true. I spent my whole life looking forward, trying to get somewhere. Another rank, another goal, another mountain that didn't feel fair. Survived the days I thought would kill me, made it farther than I planned. Maybe now the hardest thing I'll ever do is stop and understand. These might be the good old days, I might be standing in the memories I spent my whole life trying to chase. All the little things I barely even notice now might be the things I give anything to get back somehow. Maybe heaven ain't some moment still a million miles away. Maybe it's my kids still home on an ordinary Friday. Maybe it's the radio, the dog, the mess, my family's voice. Maybe time is always taking things before we know we had a choice. Spent my whole life waiting.